Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Bowling University studio from the International Bowling Campus here in Arlington, Texas. This is the Profit Break. If you're joining us for the first time, we're glad you're here. Give us 15 minutes, and you're going to be well on your way to improving your profitability for yourself and your business. Now, if you're like most small businesses today, staffing has surpassed supply chain issues and even inflation as the #1 thing that keeps you up at night. Simply put, there are just too many jobs and too few people to fill them. But there's good news. In fact, I think it's great news. And the great news is BPAA is here to help. You have an opportunity to earn rebates that you can invest back in your team, which will improve retention and lower your turnover. Now, on today's show, we're going to visit with Miss Kelly Williams, who is the proprietor of South Branch Potomac Lanes in Moorefield, West Virginia. And she's one of those centers that have been using the program. Kelly, thank you for joining us today.
Good morning.
Good. Well, hey, before we jump into our questions about the program, let's learn a little bit more about your center. Tell us about South Branch Potomac Lanes and everything I wanted to know about Moorefield, West Virginia, but was afraid to ask.
We're located in a beautiful section of West Virginia. We're about 2 hours west of Washington, D.C. It's a very rural location, quite full of farm country. In fact, that's what our family does for our main living. We're farmers, cattle farmers. And we are kind of central to a 5-county region in Hardy County, West Virginia. We're a small population. We have a large Pilgrim's Pride poultry manufacturing plant in our community, as well as American Woodmark. So Moorefield's a very beautiful area. A lot of people come here for tourism. They come here to relax and to get away. Awesome. And our center is located in the middle of this.
So tell us about your center, South Branch. How many lanes do you have, and how long have you had it, and how did you get into the business from the cattle business?
Actually, my husband's family, I married my husband in 1993. We both graduated from Purdue University. And when I moved here, his family was getting ready to build a small hotel, 65-room hotel, and they asked me to manage it. Well, there's a lot of opportunities in small communities, and I know small business owners know that. If you put in the time and the work, farming, you can't farm by yourself alone anymore. Usually there has to be a spouse that has to work off the farm. So that's how we got into off the farm business. From there, our family worked together and we built a couple other businesses, and one of those was the Lanes. We built that in 2002, literally a year after we built a movie theater. So we have what we call a family entertainment complex. We call it the South Branch Valley's Family Entertainment Center, and we pull from a 5-county region. There is a bowling center in the county north of us and a bowling center in the county south of us, but they're older facilities. They're nice facilities, but they don't operate as many hours as we do. And so we've been very lucky. We've been very lucky when you're family owned and you're family operated. We put a lot of time into our businesses. And we've done well. We can do better. COVID was very hard on us, but we made it through, and we're adding some changes and some things, and I think we'll just continue to grow, because bowling, I always felt it was a strong industry that wasn't maximizing its potential, because it's so much fun for children, families, dates, all ages. And so I'm just really glad after COVID that I feel like the bowling industry is back.
Yeah. Well, I love what you and the family are bringing there to the community there at Moorefield, and obviously you're doing a lot of things right. And one of those is obviously with the online training program. So let's start off with, how did you learn about Bowling University and the online program that's made available to you?
I actually, years ago when you started the continuing education, I was so excited about that, and I signed up. I had actually, even though I have a bachelor and a master's degree, I like education. I thought, oh, I'll take some courses. Well, of course, I didn't have time. I signed up for a couple that looked really interesting. I've also I had opened it up to my staff at the time, and I could not get people to take them. So I've been a part of the program for years. I've talked to my high school and some of the teachers there because I employ a lot of high school students, trying to encourage them that, if you have some students that want to take some courses online, this is a way to do it that doesn't cost you anything. Still had issues, could not get people to take them. And when I got the email, I think I called the first day when you sent the email out in, I think it was January, February, about doing the $10 per course, because I couldn't believe it, first of all, that you were going to give $10. And, but I wanted to call, I wanted to enroll, because I really felt that if I passed that $10 straight to the staff members, that I'd have a good turnout. Even I wanted to take them. And you made them short enough that I felt that was the key as well. So I think I even asked when I talked to you, was there a maximum dollar amount? Because I just felt like if I gave those people who were taking the time to be trained the cash, they would take it. And I opened it up to all your courses. So I didn't say, you had a limit. Every single person from the top down, including my husband, myself, our children, who are all involved in the business, everybody. We'd love you to take, we mandated they had to take 12, that initial 12 course training that you offer, which I think is very valuable, hoping that once they delved into it and started taking it and realized not only was it an easy way to make money, but you could better yourself, add more skills. And I also told them, if you take this on to other jobs, this is wonderful. I don't expect to keep people forever. I hope you do a good job while you're with me. I hope I add value to yourself, your education, and your future. But you have some wonderful courses. And as soon as I advertised it, the first thing I got was, you're going to give us this money, right? And I'm like, yes, every 3 months, I'm going to pay you the $10 per course as long as I have proof that you took it. And I also used it as a way to say, if you have time to take it at work, great. But the $10 also covers your personal time if you take it at home. So I had a lot of people take these courses at home with the goal of taking every single course you offered, because what a great bonus for them. And I see it as a way in the future, whether it's your courses or any other trainings I want to do, if I can do anything online, $10 is not a lot of money to better your staff members, to better the people you work with. And every single course you offer, it just makes them better. They're better employees, they're better people. Whether they stay with me or not, they're going to have a positive image of our business and our family because we invested in them. And I make that clear to them that we're not keeping any of this money. It's all theirs. They put the time in. So I've been thrilled. I was so excited when I got the check. The biggest question I've had is when am I getting my money? Which is fine. I'm totally fine with that. And it's just been a wonderful program. And I have a lot of high school kids that I employ. And what a better way to encourage them to further their education, whether it's trade school or college, by getting just a small taste of what a course could be like. And you offer so many that maybe they'll find a career in the bowling industry. Maybe it'll be the food industry. Whatever it is, I love it when my high school kids go on to bigger and better things, and I was a part of it. My husband was a part of it. So yeah. I can't tell you how much I love this opportunity that BPA has given us. And BPA was also there for us during COVID. I really felt you offered a lot. And I think this is one of your programs. No, I'm a member of the National Association of Movie Theater Owners. I'm a member of the American Hospitality and Travel Association. I'm a member of the Convenience Store Association, Cattle Association, Farm Association, and no one takes care of us like BPA with all the programs you offer, from purchasing up to these education and training courses.
Well, thank you for those kind words, Kelly. But you said a lot there, a lot to unpack, and I love it. But there's something that I really want to point out, if we can go back to just for a second, because I think it was really important for our viewers today, our fellow proprietors, to hear that. And that is, sometimes the small business operators were worried about investing in people, and what if they leave? And there's kind of that old training acumen, what if I invest in them and they leave? Well, what if I don't and they stay, right? So I love the fact that I want people to hear that you love investing in your people, and it's okay that they're going to leave at some point in time. It's okay that they're going to better themselves, and that you and your family have played a role in that. And that's powerful, and I hope folks caught that.
That's very important. I don't think anybody hires someone to stay at their business forever, and I'm very clear in that when I interview. I just ask them, give me all you got while you work for us. Be good to your fellow staff members and your customers. Do your job, and I'll help you any way I can to move on to bigger, better things. Whether it's a job, whether it's schooling, all I can ask for is just give me your best while you're here. And, it doesn't always work that way, but there's never any hard feelings. I've done all I can, but I find, as my employees move on, they always have a very positive, and I hate to say my employees, the people I work with, they have a very positive view of our business, and so hopefully they'll be referring us to other people, bringing them when they are back in our community. Maybe they're bringing their family, their kids. You want that positive view, whether they're working with you or not. And so it's turned out to be. I can't believe we've been doing this since we opened our hotel in 1995, and I cannot believe the bowling center in 2002. That we've been doing it that long, and it's been a good experience.
Yeah. Well, obviously you have a great work culture. I can just tell by speaking with you. And I know you mentioned this, but I just want to recap, because one of the questions proprietors have as they're thinking about what to do with this money and different ways to allocate it. You're giving it back to the person that's taken the training dollar for dollar. Is that correct? So if I took 50 courses, I'm going to get $500 directly from you.
Yes, and that I had so many question that. I'm going to get $500, and I said yes. As soon as I get the checks, I'll divide it all out. You have to pass the course, which isn't hard. The courses are very easy, very very easy to understand. I think, and they're thrilled. Like I said, they're waiting for their checks, which I'll be cutting this week, and I think it will be proof positive. That's cash in hand that people need right now. They need the money, and it's easy money, and they're learning on the side. That's what's so great. People don't want to learn. People don't want to take classes, but they're going to retain that knowledge, and so it's going to help us when they're with us. And I'm just thrilled. I'm thrilled to pass this money along. Yeah.
Now, for our viewers watching today, and Kelly shared she has a small center. I don't think she'll mind saying that, in their small center, their first bonus check was over $5,000, almost $6,000, which is fantastic, yes, for any size center, but for a small center especially. So obviously the team members, it sounds like, are very excited about it. I know it's early in the process, so may not be able to see this yet, but have you been able to tell, has it had any impact on your staff as it relates to maybe retention or turnover so far?
I don't know about turnover. Right now we're pretty good with turnover. I think one of the important things about the videos are throughout our training process, we're constantly retraining staff. People forget things. Policies change, procedures change. Lord knows after COVID, things, it's a whole new world, so we're constantly adapting. And it is so nice to be able to say, do you remember the video we had you watch? Remember how they talked about this safety issue? Or do you remember how they talked about this procedure in the kitchen? It's much easier when you're training that it's not all my ideas. It's not all my husband's policies. This is what you have to do it because I said so. It's very nice to be able to refer back to those videos to talk about some of the things we're trying to have them do, and to provide the feedback while you're doing the training. Say, what'd you think about that video? What'd you think about that section of the video? That, or maybe we've had that experience before, and we were able to get through that experience positively at the end, because they not only had our either checklists or our policies, but then the video reinforced what we were trying to say or do. Or have a staff member come and say, hey, I'm so glad I watched that video. I had this happen, and I felt comfortable dealing with it. So it's very positive, very positive. And I don't think we've had the issue with the turnover, but I do feel like it's going to be a big marketing tool for us as we look for more people. As we are, I'm working with my high school. I want them to know. I want DECA to know. FCLA, which are the business organizations in the school that the students take business classes, marketing classes, food classes. I think it's important that small businesses interact with their high schools and volunteer. Career Day. Career Day comes up on May 12th. I'm going to have on my table these courses that you offer, that I'm going to tell them, you come work for me, I'm going to pay you $10 for each of these courses you take. Well, for a high school student, that's gas money. That's shopping money. That's dining money. So I feel like I'm going to have a rotary wheel, like a spinning wheel, where they can spin it and win some prizes and bowling passes and things like that. But I've got a lot of tools that I think, especially BPA provides me. I just think it's wonderful that I'm looking forward to being able to offer it to these kids and having the teachers push it as well. But I can't wait to see what else you come up with, because I'm already having some of the staff members who have taken every single one of your courses are waiting for new ones.
Okay, well, we better get to work getting some new courses for you.
You better get to work.
Well, hey, before we let you go today, let's one last question. Some great information there. But there are a lot of other small business owners joining us today, like yourself, that maybe have just they're busy, heads down, haven't got started. Any words of encouragement or anything, just to give the program a go from a fellow small proprietor that's put it in practice?
We did a couple things. We created a flyer. We tried to talk with as many staff members as possible. If you have that ability, interacting with them, showing them. I still keep your little educational booklet that you send out that was on a spiral thing years ago that talked about your courses. I think it's a great thing to show staff members. Talking with them personally, reassuring what you're going to do, follow through with what you're going to do, thank them for taking the time to do it. If you can get just a couple to do it, start with maybe the key people that you think would do it. And if they can do one or two, and you follow through with your reward, it'll spread. I'm pretty sure, I think I just got a report by email this morning. I couldn't even go through it. It was so long with all the people and classes on that report you sent me that had taken more since the last check. So I think word of mouth, high school and students telling other kids at school, look at this check I just got. Well, let's all go to pizza or something. I think starting off with a couple key staff members, definitely advertising it, put it on their time cards. Give them, the first time, give them 20 minutes at work to do it. Let them stay on the clock, send them to the office, put them at a table out in the lobby, and say, take this course. I'll give you $10, take this course.
Yeah, great stuff. Well, Kelly, thank you so much for taking some time today to be with us, and we look forward to writing you some more big checks.
Yes, I can't wait. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Good. Well, folks, Kelly's given us some great ideas that I hope you can use back at your location. So if you are ready to improve retention, lower turnover, and get your time back, all you have to do is schedule your center's activation call by scanning the QR code on the screen or visit bowlinuniversity.net/bonus. As we wrap up another edition of the Profit Break, remember that when your focus is on growing people, people will grow your business. This episode, as well as all our previous Profit Break episodes, are available 24/7 for you and your team at bowlinuniversity.net. Plus, new episodes are available every month. Mark your calendar, watch your email, join us on Facebook to hear about the latest episodes. Until then, I'm Bart Berger, and remember, do for one what you wish you could do for everyone. We'll see you next time.